Hi guys, it's getting winter. Time for a new video. Not because it's getting winter, but yeah, it is just how it is. This time it will be not a new design, but based on an older design that I made, a PCB assembly. And I will show you how the PCB assembly looks what I made. It is a premiere for me because first of all, I'm using for the first time, put an order on NextPCB for that. And the second thing is that it's the first time that I made a dual layer PCB assembly. I made PCB assemblies many times, single layer, but the first time dual layer PCB. I didn't know what to expect, how complicated it will be to order it, the complications on the manufacturing, etc. So there are many question marks that we'll see in this video. That everything went flawlessly. It's a spoiler, but this is what I can say from the beginning. Everything worked perfect. The good thing with NextPCB is not only that they're making PCBs, PCB assembly, etc., but they have a large shop, my component shop, where I ordered, of course, the parts that I needed for the PCB assembly itself, and some additional parts that I needed for my future designs. And I can tell you here, they have a lot of parts. It is one of the biggest databases of parts that I have seen till now. They even have parts that other manufacturers removed from their portfolio. You can still buy it there, and in very competitive prices. Original parts, I assume, yeah, we will see how they will be packed. For now, I see only this box in front of me that looks nice. Yeah. So what was the design that I used for the PCB assembly, for the dual layer PCB assembly? The design that I used is an older design from 2020 when I designed a more improved Arduino Nano for my needs, for my prototypes, for my fast prototypes, with the ATMega328PB Paul Bertha. It is an improved version of the normal 328, and it adds, among other things, a second SPI, a second I2C, 4 more I/O ports, where 2 of them are the ADC 6 and 7 that on the former 328 were only ADCs. Now there are universal I/O ports too, depending how you select it. So I made this PCB. I made this design. Sorry. Populated my first PCB 2-3 years ago by hand, not even with a hot plate or something. Just soldered by hand the few components. But now I needed a few more, and I said, okay, that's a possibility to first of all check how the quality of NextPCB is, what I will receive from them, how the parts will look, what I receive from them, how the packaging will be, and how the PCB assembly will be, the quality of the PCB assembly. And this is what we go through today. So let's open it. Let me go a little bit more down. Or more up. So the packaging is very good. Look at that. It takes a while to open it. So I really like the packaging, to be honest. It's a big box. Here I see the additional parts that I ordered. Nicely packed. Let's go more up there. Let's take it out. They included this ruler, but this ruler is really interesting. It's upside down. All the electrons were thought out that as David Jones says. This ruler shows you the capabilities of NextPCB, not just some, I don't know, footprints or anything. It shows you what they can do. I like it, and you know what I like it? Why I like it? Because it's big, it's large. This thing is, how many centimeters? 24 centimeters long. The other ones all are, I don't know, like that. This is a real ruler one. I like it. Nice, thanks. This was a gift to the order. And here we have, for example, how the packaging looks. Very nice, anti-static. There are a few chips that I needed. Really, really nice. A few more. This is an Asian chip, not intended for the European market. I love to use this kind of chips. Then I see that they included, first of all, they made a paneling of my design. This is nice. I didn't order that. They did it by themselves. Probably they did it because it's easier for them to populate on the pick and place machine. Let me come more near on that. They included that for me because, yeah, is it? Yeah. It has the cut here to can break it. Yeah, this is again something additional that I didn't even order. These are 4 PCBs, and each PCB has six of the boards on it. Very nice. But now let's come to the real PCB assembly. Look at the packaging. First package with bubble wrap. Second with additional anti-static. I like it. It already looks good. So let's take one out. I hope it will be not too complicated. No, it is not too complicated. Let me show you how this thing looks, but I want to stabilize it more. And let's get even more near. This is very nicely made. Very, very nicely made. And dual layer. It's a dual layer PCB assembly. Nice. Really, really nice. Compared now to the one I made by myself some years ago, where it is, one moment, where I populated it by myself. To be honest, it is, if you don't use either an oven, a reflow oven, or a hot plate, it's a little bit a pain in the ass to populate this thing by hand. Yeah, most of problems you have here with this USB connector, and I use this USB connector because it's of course SMD, but additionally it has through-hole pins for stability. Nice. Really, really nice. So all in all, I really like what I received, and I will use NextPCB in the future for further orders, because with that quality, and it was flawless. I didn't have too many questions or any questions at all. They just sent me pictures of the finished product, and if the orientation of the LEDs here should be as I wrote it, the colors, and that's it. this is what I received. Very, very nice. Good, very good parts. Okay, I choose the parts, of course, but that's it. So, for this thing, I don't know, perhaps I will put it, they have a store, I think, where I can put the designs for people if they're interested to buy either buy the designs or download the designs. I don't know, I would see what is possible there. And to order it as a turnkey, as a finished board, as you see it here. So let me show you a little bit more information now about NextPCB itself, and a very nice piece of software that's called HQDFM that I used to even find an error that I had from my layout software concerning this switch here. So let's see. So that's the website of NextPCB. You can see the services they offer. From all these services, I used 3 of them. I used the PCB assembly service because, as I said before, it's my first time that I ordered one of my designs to be manufactured as a dual layer PCBA. And I did that with NextPCB. Next thing, what I used is the component sourcing. I sourced the components, that means I bought the components that I needed for the PCBA directly from NextPCB, and I ordered some additional components that I needed, again here with this service that they provide. And they have a lot of components. There is a really, really big they have a large variety of components. One of the largest ones that I've saw until now from an Asian manufacturer. And I use the HQDFM design analysis software. I use the desktop version because it's much more capable than just the online Gerber tool. DFM stands for Design for Manufacturing. At the end, it's nothing more or nothing less that it gives you the ability to check your design with your rules against the possibilities of the manufacturer. And then you have DFA, it's Design for Assembly. It's the same. If your PCBA files are compliant with what you really want, and if something doesn't look right, then you get contacted, more or less. So let's go through what I did to order the dual layer PCB assembly of my design. I went here, get a quote, uploaded the Gerber file. It takes a while, but they reward you with a nice rendered picture of the top of the bottom of your PCB. This is how it looks. It looks nice. You can have it in much more detail if you go to the online Gerber viewer and even in 3D. But let's get through what else I did. Here I didn't change anything. But important is when you go to the personalized information to fill one of these 3 choices you have here. That says if something conflicts from your data, what to do, what the engineer should do. Just ask for confirmation. I wouldn't use anything else at the moment. Yeah? You have to use one of these 3, otherwise you cannot continue. So let's continue. Next step. Then we have the centroid file. What's a centroid file? The centroid file is nothing else than a file, this one for me, that is generated from your layout software. your PCB layout software, design software, and contains the designator. These are the labels of the parts that you have put, how you name the parts on your PCB, the individual parts. It contains the X and Y position, the coordinates. It contains the orientation in degrees, 0 to 360, and it contains the layer, top or bottom layer. This is needed for the pick and place machine. So let's load it. Yeah, this file has to be, even if it's an Excel file, you have to zip it. You have to pack it. I don't know why, but it is so. Then the next thing you have to, this is, for example, we do not see it. No, not yet. The next thing is you have to load the BOM file. BOM file is nothing else. The amount of your components, which components you use, again with the designators, and the manufacturer names, how these components are called. For example, I don't know, NE555 or something, for example. Yeah. So let's load the BOM. The BOM must be an Excel file with a specific syntax. Again, takes a jiffy, takes a few seconds. So this is how it looks. This is your BOM file. You see the designator, the quantity, manufacturer, the part number, and that's it. And it gives you some information if the parts are in stock and the cost, etc. So guys, this is more or less what you have to do to make a PCBA order to work. Nothing else. You go then to add to cart, then you choose your shipping method, and that's it. That's easy like that. Nothing, not a big issue. If for a one-sided PCB assembly or for a two-sided PCB assembly. The difference is in the centroid files and in the BOM files. If you have only the top, the parts of your top layer from the top layer on the centroid file and in the BOM file, then you will get just a PCBA, a single PCBA assembly. You have to tell them it's top or bottom. If you have both of that, then you will have a dual layer PCB assembly. Next thing is the BOM service. This is nothing much to say here. Instead of just searching one by one your components you want here, just put it in the Excel file, with a syntax that is used here too for the PCB assembly, and upload it. That's it. Nice thing. Can save you time. The next thing what I used is, of course, the component sourcing. I already opened that tab. That here you can see the plethora, the amount of parts they have. This is really good. These are original parts. You saw it, what I ordered, and I tested them. These are really original parts, yeah. And the prices are very competitive. They are cheaper than other Asian distributors. And they have parts that the others do not have anymore. For example, some DC-DC converters that others do not have anymore, yeah. Anyway, I'm already preparing my next order for parts that I need, additional parts, and perhaps another PCB assembly and another PCB, but for a new design. Just wanted to show you that. This is, for example, how it looks for one of the DC-DC converters that I will order. Let's say so, the components sourcing part needs a little work. It looks unfinished. Yeah. For example, I'm here on this part It's a 12 to 12 volt DC-DC isolated converter. And look what it's writing. Commodity to be classified, unclass fields. What does that mean? And if I go back, I'm somewhere. So this then the thing that there are no pictures, many pictures are missing, many of the parts are missing data sheets. That means this is not, for me, it is a beta stadium. This is not ready. You can order, it's no problem at all, you get what you want, but it's quite difficult to find the stuff that what you want. Because, for example, I don't know if I can show you that. Yeah, here, you cannot sort anything. For example, if I say B1212, you got a lot of them, B1212s, but I cannot sort, I cannot do anything. I have no possibility to sort, not for price, not for manufacturer, not for nothing. So this thing is a little bit cumbersome, yeah? You have to go through all, and if you have many pages, it is quite complicated, yeah? So I hope this will improve in the future. So for example, look at that, unclass fields. What does that mean? A lot of parts available in very good prices, but the GUI, the graphical interface here needs work. It is, in my opinion, not finished. Look, they are missing pictures, they are missing PDFs, data sheets. This needs work, but nevertheless, you can order. It is just a little bit complicated at the moment. Yeah? Anyway, but even if it is a little bit more complicated, I still will order from NextPCB because they have a lot more components to choose to very, very good prices. So let's continue now to the more important part, for me at least, and this is the HQ DFM, and this is this piece of software. As I said, DFM means Design for Manufacturing. Here you can check your files that are created from your layout software, your rules that you are using against the possibilities of the manufacturer itself, that is NextPCB, and you can see if you have errors, and these errors can be detected in a very early stage. And even if there are still errors, with the ability of DFA, Design for Assembly, for example, when you make an assembly, then you even have the engineers to check it again, to recheck it, and they will contact you if something is not correct. Okay, much blah blah, but let me show you how I used this tool, just to show you how it works. It has a lot of more options that honestly I do not know and I didn't use. I show you only what I used and what I did to find one error that my layout software made on a specific part on the assembly. So let's load the Gerber file. Yes, here it is something that has to be corrected. It seems to be a bug. It shows me only the date of the file, but not the name of the file that I'm opening. So this is a little bit weird. I hope this will get corrected in the future. Let's open it. Again, you have a nice Gerber viewer. This is a basic Gerber viewer view, not a basic Gerber viewer. It's a basic Gerber view. That's the layer view, yeah, or the cam view. Here you can enable, disable the dedicated layers as it is for the individual files that your layout software generated. Yeah. For a better view, for a more interesting view, let's say so, you can go here. This is the normal real view. But let's stay on the cam view. And let's make a DFM analysis. Design for manufacturing again. Yeah. This will show me if there are any errors or problems on my design, on my gearbox, against the possibilities of the NextPCB manufacturing. For example, here I have something red. It is to check because I'm under the 2 mil limitation. That is makes sense, let's say so. Yeah. So now let's put it on the left side. It shows you here how it is or where it is, and it is this piece of ground plane that is too narrow. I cannot change it at the moment, or I don't change it. At the end, they will remove it and that's it. Yeah. Please bear in mind that if you are in the real view, you will see it again, but it doesn't show you where it is. Here, I would like to have at least an arrow that shows me, or something, a marking here that shows me where it is. Otherwise, you can see it on in this view, in the cam view. If I go in the real view, you don't see anything here. So this would be nice if they could add something, a marking or an arrow or an arrow or something to see it in this view too. But anyway, this is okay. It shows you some other problems. For example, holes on an SMD part that is via on a pad. This is a wanted thing. I wanted to do that. Yeah, this is nothing that I missed or something. This is how it is, and this is how it should be manufactured. But it shows to you that can be a problem. Nevertheless, it will be done perfectly. Let's go now to the PCB analysis, PCBA analysis. That's the assembly analysis. Again, load the Centroid file. Here, you have to load the Excel file and not the compressed file, not the zipped file. Yeah. Anyway, let's load it. This is how it looks. You have the designator, X and Y positions, and the rotation, and what layer, top or bottom. Make a render image to see. Let's move it a little bit more here. And this is all what you see here. Let's continue. Now we load the BOM file. The BOM file again is an Excel file that we had before. This is how it looks. Manufacturer part number, the quantity designator, and the rest is blah blah. This is internal. All that is green, it is needed to make the merge later. We can analyze the BOM and we see no errors detected. That means that the footprints and everything here are correct. Let's go next. Now it merges and it matches the BOM file with the Centroid file. And immediately we see a problem here that that's not a problem with the HQDFM software. It is a problem of my PCB layout software, that for this part here, for example, it has put the wrong rotation, the wrong orientation. So you don't see it here what happens. So please, you see this checkbox, check this solder mask, otherwise you're not seeing anything what you're doing or what it should be. For example, this is the switch here that I'm using, the reset switch. That should be the upper pad, solder pad, and that should be the lower pad. So it should be 90 degrees rotated and further down. For some reason, it put it like that here. It's not a problem. Rotate it and go down, 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 down. Let's get another one. Yeah, that looks good. And that's it. This thing is corrected. This is how easy you can correct using the HQDFM software. Next. Honestly, I do not know what that is or what to do with that information. So just click next. And now it says perform DFA. I assume that if you click that, you say to the engineers, hey, please check my files. Of course, do that. And that's it. I don't want to repeat the analysis. When you finish and you get back, you see your real view PCB already populated with the parts, but it doesn't refresh the rendering here. You see the switch is somewhere. It should be 90 degrees turned and more down. To correct that, just go to the cam view, real view, and then it puts you your switch or the part where it should be. That's it. Yeah, this is what I wanted to show you on the HQDFM. It's a very helpful software. It has a little bit, it's a little bit rough on the edges in a few things, but I'm sure in future this will be much, the usage or the usability will be much more improved to make it even easier to use. So that's all for today. Guys, if you like my videos, if you like my content, please give me a thumbs up. Press the notification button to get informed if and when I have new videos. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of my viewers are non-subscribers, unfortunately, guys. It doesn't cost anything. It's free, and it helps me to maintain the frequency of the videos and the quality of the videos. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Stay safe. Cheers.